Yep, we're here. I see comment.
Welcome,
Hi,
everybody.
Sunny.
Hello,
Welcome, everyone.
hello. All right, we are live on all channels, and we are so happy you're here. We just want to extend a really big welcome to our new people who maybe don't know what TLS is. Maybe you're here for the very first time, checking us out, learning about us, seeing if this spring into action thing is for you. So we just want to say welcome. We know that many of you probably on here are our veteran family and community. So of course, welcome. Thank you for being here and being part of our incredible movement to really just, essentially change the world, right? That's what we're all about. And also, maybe you were, joined us in the last 28 days of weight loss and you're like, I got to do this again. It's been amazing. So definitely chat in. Let us know what your results have been so far with TLS, and if you're excited to get started with our spring into action. So I'm going to go ahead and share my screen, and as you can see, I have with me my incredible partner here in TLS, our director of training, Suzanne.
Everyone.
Yay! So I'm going to tell you a little bit about here in a second, but we are going to be talking about the TLS Spring into Action campaign, but really TLS in general is just really your guide to a healthy weight. And we're all about revitalizing in the spring, right? Don't we do some spring cleaning in our house? We might as well do some in our body, right?
Yes.
So my name is Melanie Nelson, director of TLS. I've been in the health industry for now I'm coming up on 21 years, which is a little scary to say out loud. I worked with professional athletes, Ironmen. I had my own practice for a time, and then I went to a more leveraged model of helping all of you help others. And so I am having a ton of fun doing that, and even more so because I work with Suzanne, and she is our director of training, a registered dietitian since 2003. So I think that's like a 17 years, certified diabetes educator since 2005. She's a weekly guest on a radio show, speaking about nutrition, health, all kinds of important topics. And she thankfully is a certified trainer with us as well in TLS. So thanks for joining us, and Suzanne, and to everyone, thank you for joining Suzanne and I.
Yes.
So really quickly, we want you to obviously know that you need to consult your healthcare provider before starting a program. These statements have not been evaluated by the Food Drug Administration, and TLS weight loss is a part of a healthy diet. And when you're following that, you can expect to lose 1 to 2 pounds a week. So we want to let you know that we've had some success. Of course, we've been around for
Lots of
almost
success story.
2 decades. So we're just going to show you a few. Right, here's Mark. More than just weight loss, the TLS program has given me a great amount of recharged energy. Way to go, Mark. Love this. And, gosh, the testimonials we have are just endless. But I think what makes TLS so different from diets is that, Mark said it, energy, feeling great, and versus the other.
Yep. And we're here. We have Sherry. Sherry, I lost over 20 pounds and 10 inches down. Okay, ladies, we know how is it to lose inches in our waist in only 3 months. Shrimp Cafe is my favorite. It's amazing. I love TLS. We'll talk about the product, and Shrimp Cafe is definitely one of our favorite as well, and you will know why.
For sure. And Maggie, what she loved best about the TLS plan was it was so easy to follow, having the tracking sheets for day 1 to 7 and 8 to 30 printed off, making it a no-brainer. That's part of our Jumpstart program. And we take a look at her results, like, holy smokers, right? Life-changing. So way to go, Maggie. One of the things I love about TLS is it is very simple to follow. And Maggie's right on that.
And there's Angelique, and she was like, TLS was a game changer for me. I can't wait to get married with my new and improved body. But look at her before and after. Okay, for all the brides to be, like spring, summer brides to be, this is a perfect program for you. And you will look absolutely amazing on your most important date of your life.
Absolutely. That's a great point, Suzanne. There's a lot of brides, bridesmaids, mothers of the bride. Those, I mean, fathers, even, of course, anybody
Yes.
who's getting ready for an upcoming wedding season, you want to look your best. This is a perfect program to do that and actually feel your best. Right. And that is really what we're all about. Now, chances are, if you're here tonight with us, at some point in your life, you struggled with weight. Now, I've been both overweight and underweight, and neither are healthy and neither felt great. So we're here to help everyone. I just want to make sure we're really clear on that. It doesn't matter if you have weight to lose or you want to gain some healthy muscle mass. We're here for everyone. But how many of you find yourself doing too much for everyone else, and you're always last on the priority list, and therefore you cannot put your health first, right? That can be a reason we struggle with our weight, or you feel like you don't have time to exercise, or you don't like to. Anyone? How about don't like to cook, or maybe shouldn't? How about prone to skipping meals, which is, we know, is blasphemous here in TLS. Anybody a workaholic, spending a lot of time at work? Finding getting so focused that you forget to eat, it's an inconvenience. How about making poor food choices, going through the fast food drive-throughs, choosing foods that are, coming in out of a gas station or a frozen bag and putting it in the microwave. These what we consider poor food choices. Eating too much too often. That was my personal issue. Once I started eating, I couldn't stop, and I loved to eat, and I had out of control cravings. Anyone else? Those two are my major ones. I've overcome them. We'll teach you how to do that. Soda or alcohol every day. That's going to definitely contribute to weight problems. Also, stress. Anybody stressed? Nobody? Right? So it's been probably one of the most stressful years for many people. And stress has a very detrimental effect on the body when it comes to putting on weight and trying to lose it. Also, maybe you've tried a bunch of things. And I think if you've struggled with weight, you probably have done that. I know I tried a lot of things before I found TLS. And we often have a saying, right, Suzanne, which is TLS is the last program you'll ever need.
Yeah, it will be the last program you ever use because you maintain your weight loss.
For sure. And so it is easy to fall off the wagon, and there is reasons why diets don't work. In fact, that's what we're going to get to here shortly.
Yeah. So we want to learn what are your goals? Like, are you looking to lose weight? And if you're looking to lose weight, how much? I think we need to define and actually show up that number, how much you want to lose weight. And or maybe you said that I want to control over food. It's enough that food is controlling me. I need to control my food now. How about have more energy? Maybe you're not having a lot of weight to lose, but you want to wake up refreshed and having all the energy for the whole day. How about be healthier? Or be stronger, or be leaner. And if you're an athlete, guess what? TLS is for you too, because you can want to maybe increase lean muscle mass, or maybe increase performance, endurance, or recovery, right? So the last question is very important, because although we set our goals, why are the goals important to you? What's your why for that? How will your life be different when you achieve them? I want you to kind of have that number. Ask yourself why you're here. Why do you want to lose weight? And how will that be different in 7 weeks from today? Because we're doing spring to action, 7 weeks. 7 weeks can have some drastic changes, a starting point to the healthiest you.
Absolutely. I know that for a lot of people, it's getting up and off the floor to play with their grandkids. I know for a lot of people, it's, the feeling you get when you're trying on clothes, you're shopping, and you just, you don't like that. You don't even like going shopping, and you want to feel sexy again. Or maybe you were an athlete in high school and you want to get back to that feeling of being powerful, being healthy, being strong. Those are the things we're talking about when we say, why are your goals important? And there's a lot of reasons why things haven't worked in the past. So Zan, why don't you talk a little bit about this?
Yep, because a lot of people, when they fail at dieting, they often blame themselves. But the truth is, diet don't work in long term, because you did not fail at dieting, they fail you. And a lot of diets out there. A lot of people notice that they lose a lot of weight very quickly, but they did not know that majority of the weight is water, It's muscle, precious muscle. We all know how precious the muscle is. So when you lose it, it's very hard to get it back, right? And the worst is losing those precious, even more precious is your bone density, but you're not losing fat. And we know for even like, so I think for the longest time, we always say calorie, calorie, but we all know calories are not created equal. So calorie restriction isn't the answer. Like eating a banana and eating some ice creams are not the same, basically, right? They tell you what to eat. A lot of people just eat this, eat this, eat this, but they never explain to you how to eat. So when you go on a vacation or you go in a restaurant, you say, oh, you look at the menu, you say, what should I eat? Our program is very different. You learn how to eat so that you can actually travel and know what to eat, right? Neurological and hormonal changes, which is often result from either not getting enough calories or eliminating an entire food group or hyper focus on others. And the last but not least is something I think that frustrates everybody is the metabolic fluctuation, leading to even more weight gain. How many people who lost weight and when they gain it back, it was even harder to go back? I've so many of my clients would say, you know what, when I tried that, it was very effective. I gained back the weight. I went back to the same diet. It doesn't work the same way. This is exactly why I'm talking about metabolic fluctuation. And when the more yo-yo diet you do, or the more yo-yo effect that you do, the harder it is to lose the weight because of all those, I guess, damage to your metabolic function.
Oh, for sure. And anybody who survived the 80s certainly did a lot of calorie restriction diets.
Oh yeah. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
people are starving and you shouldn't be starving. So we're talking about muscle. We in TLS love muscle because we want you to boost up your metabolism, but losing fat, but not muscle. And many diets really cause us to lose muscle. Like I said before, those are very precious. So it look like you're losing weight, but we know we're not. And I often say that how you know that you're losing muscle and not losing fat is the way your clothes fit, right? Some people say, you know what? It's funny. I actually weigh less, but my clothes fit the same way. So that means you're losing muscle but not losing fat. Or some people say, you know what? In TLS, I'm not losing a lot of weight, but my clothes fit better because you are actually losing fat and gaining muscle. This is exactly what you're looking for. So muscle dictate metabolism. And we know the less muscle you have, the slower your metabolism. So the more you have, the stronger your metabolism. And we want you to be this muscle machine. You have this metabolic flexibility where you can actually eat good amount of food, but your body is actually burning off those fat. Like, wouldn't you want to be like eating abundance of food and actually losing fat and gaining muscle at the same time?
Absolutely. And you don't need to be like a muscle head, so to say, meaning
Yeah.
like, one of those ripped, giant guys in the gym. That's not what she meant. Just
Yeah,
FYI. And so we're talking about lean muscle mass, getting to your healthy weight, the body that makes you feel good, proud, and healthy, right? And so therefore, TLS is for every single person. We're for everybody. We're the most comprehensive program available today. I mean, it really is incredible, for sure. There is a couple things that make us special, right, Suzanne? No calorie counting. We've already, I think, beat this to death.
Yeah, take that away. No more calorie counting.
Don't count those. And one of the reasons I like to mention that is because, you could have a small muffin and a large banana, and they could have the same caloric intake. But that muffin is made with sugar and butter and flour, and it has very little to none nutritional value for your body. So those calories might be the same in the count, but they aren't in regards to the return on investment in your body. They do not have the same amount of nutrition. They do not have the same impact in the body. Very, very different. One's going to take from the body and one is going to give to the body. And so that's why we don't count calories. I know, again, anybody who survived the 80s, that's a big, huge mind shift. We get to eat real food. We are not a powders, bars, strictly shakes all day long kind of program. We get to eat real food. And I love food. So this is why TLS is like, yay, food. So multiple plans. This way you're finding your fit. And what I love is that it's affordable. So you get to personalize it a little bit, and we'll get into that. But really the 4 elements is low glycemic impact eating. It's like a table. Table is strong with these 4 legs. You take away one of the legs, it's going to be an unstable. This is what makes us so comprehensive. There's a lot of programs out there, right, Suzanne, that just throw supplements at you, or just throw an exercise program at you, or just throw a calorie restriction or a hyper focusing on food groups diet at you. There's lots of programs like that, but there is almost none on the market I know of that do what we do.
All three. Yep, all four together.
All four together. Low glycemic impact eating is one of the healthiest ways to eat. Over 40 years of research. In fact, Suzanne, weren't you taught by the professor?
I have the privilege to be taught by Professor David Jenkins, who actually was the one that developed the glycemic index. So this is something that's really near to my heart, because this is what I learned in university, and this is what I practice as a certified diabetes educator. And that's why I love TLS so much. When I first found TLS, I said, this is exactly what I do. And the great thing about this program is so comprehensive. It's not just talking about food, like Melanie said, is that whole total approach, so that to ensure that you're not only losing weight, but you're maintaining that weight loss.
That's right. That's right. It's all about how long you keep it off. That's more important to us. What's great about low glycemic impact eating that Suzanne will get into here shortly is that it stabilizes your blood sugar. The sexy version is it keeps you in fat burning mode all day long, which is awesome. Body composition. We want to focus, as Suzanne had already talked about, on that fat loss instead of just weight loss. And we can achieve this through movement and exercise, and also all the other pillars that come along with TLS, including our science-based supplementation. We have 3 products that focus on helping you burn fat faster and supporting that process in the body. And so our science-based supplementation is really there to enhance your journey, to accelerate your results. And each of our products address a unique part of the journey to optimal health and weight. You don't need to be on all of them. Chances are there's a handful that are going to work specifically for you right now. And education is our 4th. And this is really crucial, because when you understand why you're doing what you're doing, you're more likely to stick to it. When we're little kids, we're always asking why. And somehow we tend to stop doing that when we're adults, but we still do need to know to make that permanent shift in our habits and in our lifestyle. And often when people are not educated, they do not stick to something that whereas if they were. And so education is a huge piece of our puzzle and our table to success. And again, it's a table, 4 legs. When you implement these 4 components, success is inevitable. Now, it's your own journey, might be faster or slower than someone's, but it's your own. And we know it works. That's why we are here.
So low glycemic eating. So let's take a look at the picture or the chart right here, and you see some red color and some blue color. So let's start with the red color first. So we know red means no, right? Like stop. So let's take a look. When we eat food that contains carbohydrate, they are assigned a glycemic index number, right? So high glycemic index means they break down to sugar fast. Low glycemic index means they break down to sugar slower, right? So when we have a high GI food, obviously it causes blood sugar spike. And when blood sugar spike, obviously you're going to leave your fat burning zone. And this is how I like to say it. When you eat food that breaks down into sugar very quickly, your body has to store it. So what do they store? They store as fat, right? So it makes sense. But then you said, okay, then why would a low blood sugar will cause me to store as fat? So let me kind of give you another kind of analogy. So I often say when you make a lot of money, you save a lot of money. But when you don't make enough money, you still save money because you don't know when's the next time that you will get paid again. So this is why when people go on a starvation and they don't eat enough, the blood sugar plummets and the body say, hey, you're not feeding me enough. I'm going to store, I'm going to save. So hence you're eating less and less, but your body's burning less and less. So 4 or 5 is not going to get you in that fat burning zone. Whereas 1, 2, 3, 6, 7, the blue one is where your blood sugar, I often say even Steven, that is when you're not only in fat burning zone, but your energy level is stabilized. And that's what we want. We don't want just suddenly a surge of energy and crash. We want a very stable energy. So eating this is a great way not only to burn fat, but a great way to maintain your energy. And this is exactly what we're looking and helping you. And that's why people in TLS felt amazing.
So another example of how this works in a day, and working with people a long time, right? So then we've heard kind of the commonalities. You might skip breakfast and now you have a low blood sugar
Yep.
level and you're feeling like, oh my God, I really need something. So you grab the coffee, sugary drink, you grab the muffin or the
Yep.
strudel or the snack in the office room, which is going to be high glycemic, which is going to turn to sugar in the blood really quickly, popping you up.
Yep.
Right. And then you're going to be crashing down and you're going to be reaching for something. But now it's about lunchtime. And so you're like, no. I'm going to be super healthy. I'm going to eat a salad. And so you're munching away on your salad. But guess what? You're still hungry. And you're like, this is why people, salads don't work, that kind of thing. Had nothing to do with that. Had everything to do with what led up to that. And so that's why you need something after a salad, because a salad takes a long time to turn to sugar in your blood. It's low glycemic. And so it's not hitting the blood sugar and you're already at 5. You've crashed from the sugar spike and then dip. And now you need to grab something else. So you just continue on this roller coaster all day long, right, Suzanne? And
Yep.
this
The
roller
vicious cycle.
coaster, it affects your energy, it affects your mood.
Yep.
Everything is impacted by this, everything in your body. And this is what we manage. So good, so good. So free resources on our website. This is the education piece. We're consistently educating on social media. So definitely follow us on our social media channels. We have a blog. We're on Facebook, and you're probably on Facebook with us right now. Instagram, YouTube, Twitter. We have an incredible website. All of the menu plans, the recipe booklets, everything you need to succeed in TLS. We are not nickel and diming you. There is no membership fee. There is no cost for our recipe booklets. Everything, including our 12-week journal, can be downloaded for free on our website. And so again,
it's amazing.
nowhere else is doing this.
Yeah.
Nowhere else.
Exactly. And this is a question that I get asked all the time as a dietitian is, don't we get enough nutrient from our food? And my question is, if nutrition and exercise is enough, okay? And I used to very naively, when I graduated from university, I used to say, yes, of course, when you eat a balanced diet. Seriously, how many people eat a balanced diet day in, day out with the stress? And when we list a thing, you're doing too much for people, you're a workaholic, you're skipping meal. Seriously. So aside from that, let's take a look. In today's day and age, we face factors that depletes a body of nutrient, right? Contribute to weight gain, inflammation, and fatigue, right? This is why I said you have coffee shop every corner of the street, you have a coffee shop. There's a reason why there's a coffee shop. We are a very tired country. Stress, smoking, alcohol, poor dietary choices, sun exposure, environmental pollution, and pharmaceutical medication. Yes, medication can actually deplete our body of nutrient, and even excessive exercise. People think exercise is great. It is. But when you're doing too much, but you're not getting enough nutrition, you actually deplete your body of more nutrition, which is very, very important. And RDA, a lot of people say, what's RDA? It's recommend daily allowance. This is for people to avoid, this is minimum to avoid a disease. It's not optimal to optimize your health. And I often say, do you want this to be enough or do you want to optimize? Of course we want to be enough. Who want to be on a minimum wage? Seriously, we want to be a lot more than a minimum wage. And so is a body and nutrition. And today's fruits and vegetables have 59% less nutritious value than 40 years ago. So I often say my grandmother's apple is a way more nutritious than the apple I'm eating nowadays, right? No wonder we struggle with energy, fitness, and weight. So supplementation may be a luxury in the past, like in my grandmother's age, but is no longer a luxury. It's actually a necessity because of the way we live, the way we eat, and the type of stress that we're exposed to on a daily basis.
For sure, for sure.
So for that's why we offer this as part of the 4 leg, right? This is the 3rd leg. It's because we understand these are the common struggle, and we want these supplements to help you accelerate your result, because if you're not going to see result in say a year, seriously, we'll want to continue on that journey. We need to support you. And when you have a lot of I guess what we were saying, metabolic hormonal challenges because of your past diet or fat diet, we need to support you while you're working on your lifestyle and eating habit and changes like that. So let's talk about the supplement that we have here. So first is the CLA, right? This is actually, Melanie was the one that told me how much she loves this product. So I'm on this product right now. So CLA targets stubborn belly fats, right? So if you're the type of person that I'm working out, but I've still had that belly fat, yes, eating healthy is very important, but having a supplement support that would be great. And this is not only is a CLA that helps to target stubborn belly fat, it also helps to preserve muscle tissue. And this using a trademark ingredient called Conlon CLA, basically.
Oh yeah. Oh, love this product. So anybody who's looking to target that excess, and not just belly fat, hips, thighs,
Yeah.
you know, wherever you got a little stubborn extra fat, it's the top 3 we're going through right now on that top row. Because I'm going to talk about thermochrome next. This is all our body composition. This is really going to help you burn and break down fat in the body. And thermochrome does that as well through promoting thermogenesis and lipolysis, which is the breakdown of fat, but it does it through a different sort of way. And the fact that it increases energy and promotes mental focus through a pretty significant dose of caffeine. So if you are not into caffeine, you're sensitive to caffeine, this is probably not the product for you. It is per tablet is 100 milligrams. If you take as directed, 2 tablets twice a day, that's 200 milligrams and 200 milligrams. And that's equivalent to 2.5 cups of coffee at once, twice a day. And so that might be a lot for some of you, in which case, then maybe that's not a fit. Our next one would be a better fit. But I got to tell you that thermochrome is one of those things that is going to free up fatty acids in the body to be used as energy and fuel, which thankfully, if you need a decaf version, can also be done with
Yes.
our next product.
Yep. So we have a tailor green coffee plus Garcinia Cambogia. So this is a decaffeinated for people who are very sensitive to caffeine. So this particular product also inhibits the conversion of that excess sugar into fat. So the fact that they're not using, so because there's no excess sugar to turn to fat, your body has to go and tap into your fat storage to use for energy. So this is also a great from a body composition perspective.
For sure it is. And then we have our TLS core. This bottom row here is for our hormonal support. There's a lot of hormones in our body, not just the female or the male hormones. There is a lot. There's sleep hormones, there's happy hormones, there's stress hormones, there's all kinds of hormones. And so we need to be working with those. And core specifically works with the hormone that says, I'm full. And a lot of people don't hear that hormone anymore. They're deaf to it. Like if you've been married for more than 10 years, right? You no longer hear your spouse. And so many people, including myself personally, was no longer hearing that hormone that said, I'm full, and push the plate away. I'm done. And what core does, it makes you more sensitive to that hormone. So this is really for people who have struggle with portion control, overeating, major cravings. It also happens to inhibit excess carbs. So people who do overeat or have portion controls tend to eat excess carbs. So this is a magic combination product here. It's why it's one of our fan favorites for sure.
Yep. So now we're going to talk about X, right? We talk about a lot of the hormones, and one of the hormones that I think affects so many people is the stress hormone, right? We're stressed, we're anxious in any way possible. And that you know that when you find yourself, say, I'm eating really well and I'm exercising, but my weight is not budging. The chances that it's because your stress hormone is way too high. And this is why we have a supplement called AX, and SAX stands for the adrenal, cortisol, thyroid, and stress support formula. And this particular one is just to help. And people say, how do you take your stress away? We don't take the stress away, but what it does is minimize the effects so that you respond stress in a much positive way. And by promoting a healthier level of cortisol, dopamine, and serotonin. And dopamine, we know, is a pleasure hormone, and serotonin is a happy hormone. So having that nice balance will help you see stress and say, hey, I can deal with this, instead of stress, oh my God, I cannot deal with this. This is a difference in response. And also help to enhance and stabilize your mood, because we know when a lot of people are stress eater for a reason. So when they're moody, they tend to grab food that they know they shouldn't have so much of, but they couldn't help it. So having this supplement will help support you during those very stressful times.
Oh, for sure. And if you're, yeah, I always like to mention, if you're the type of person that gets really anxious and you get high energy when you're stressed, like, oh my God, here we go. No, no, no. What's the next thing on the list? Oh, right. And so like a lot of energy, a lot of anxiety, a lot of this hyped up sort of feeling, Axe is going to calm you down with as adaptogenic herbs. But if you're the type of person that goes more into a depression or indifference, or like, I want to crawl under a rock and not come out, that response to stress, Axe is going to bring you up and be like, I can tackle the day.
Yeah.
So it's pretty awesome. How about Trim Tea and Trim Cafe, Suzanne?
So with Trim Tea and Trim Cafe, it's actually very similar to core. It also targets this particular hormone called leptin hormone. Leptin hormone, like the way Melanie said, is the hormone to tell you when you're full. And when people has a lot of weight issues or long-term weight issues, that hormone is very resistant. That means you don't get the feeling that I'm full, stop. So this particular product only has two ingredients. It's the tea or coffee with well trim, which is a trademark ingredient. And this particular ingredient help you curb appetite, but it also promote the feeling of fullness. So people often say, hey, they kind of sound the same to core. What makes them different? And the easy answer is core target your gut to let you know you're full, and Trim Tea target your brain. So when they work together, bingo, you get the best result, basically.
Oh, for sure. And you know what? What's really nice about Trim Tea and Trim Cafe is chances are you all are already drinking a cup of coffee a day or a cup of tea every day. So it's kind of like, well, I'm doing that anyway. Might as well be a healthy version. And number two is, I really feel like for people who don't do well with pills, our Trim Tea and Trim Cafe is a great option. But so are our incredible nutrition shakes. And this is really great if you're prone to skipping meals, if you are prone to using convenience meals, that kind of thing can be a bit of a problem. And so this shake is so complete. And not only is it complete, but it's absolutely delicious, right? No chalky chemical taste, no expanding nature, no oversweet kind of chemical. 19 grams of protein, 10 grams of fiber. And I actually believe it's 24 vitamins and minerals. We need to correct that. And it is absolutely amazing. So delicious.
And I love it. And I often say, if you don't like your spinach and you want to get more vegetable, you can throw in your spinach and you will not even taste it. And it tastes amazing. Yeah, you can have a green smoothie that's actually so delicious. Get all that fiber and extra nutrient. I love it.
Oh, definitely. Every morning. This is almost my every morning, either post-workout or breakfast. I had a handful of spinach, a little bit of zucchini, and guess what? Or cucumber, and it doesn't change the flavor at all. And I'm getting an additional serving of veggies and I'm feeling great. So I love it. Give us a shout out if you're listening here on Facebook or Zoom. Give us a shout out about some of your favorite products, especially if you've been part of our family for a while. What are your favorite products? Tell us why. We definitely want to hear from you. What's really incredible is you get to choose your lifestyle. And that's what's great about TLS, is that based on your lifestyle, your commitment level, your goals, what you want, you're going to choose a plan that's right for you within TLS. And we have several. We do encourage people to start their TLS journey with our 7-day detox. We do encourage that people do this detox about every quarter, once every 3 months, just because it is good to clean the pipes out, clean the cells out, just give the body a refresh. We do have a fat shredder if you're feeling like you need a push, something coming up in 2 weeks to feel great for, or you or looking to ramp up out of a plateau. We have the lifestyle programs are really our rapid results program, our sure and steady program, and our continued commitment. And we make it so simple for all of you by giving you these recipe booklets. Our shaking and baking has become a huge favorite with our community because you can bake muffins and cookies and all kinds of things with our shake. So this is really just taking the guesswork out of it. You don't have to worry about a thing. You just got to kind of plug and play and follow the system. And it's not really a huge concern if you're going to eat food, because guess what? You get to eat food.
Look at the
And
food.
these are some of the pictures from our participants in some of our past groups. And they were just all so excited to share, look at what I'm eating and look what I made. And oh my gosh, so fun. And you might be asking like, whoa, Melanie, why did you go through those so quick? Why? Because guess what? It doesn't really matter about all of them because we have this wonderful tool on our TLS Slim site. It's called a weight loss profile. And you answer the questions about your lifestyle, your diet, your goals, your behavior, and it will plunk out on the end result your perfect program with your product recommendations. So I don't have to know what it is. You don't have to know what it is. You have to take the profile and you're going to find your perfect TLS plan for you. And we could all be on something just a little bit different, and that's okay. So we're pretty excited about what we have going on. So no matter which plan is for you, we want you to join us. Join us in our 7-week Spring into Action Challenge. We're all going to do this together.
Yeah.
And we're starting hard start date, April 19th. Now, if you have to start a couple days early or a couple days late, like we get that, you know what, sometimes schedules get in the way. Don't worry, still join us, okay? But it's community, it's expert support. So Zan, myself, and our other incredible TLS trainers and coaches will be on with us, and we will all be converging on a very private Facebook group where just us who have committed to this Spring Into Challenge will be, because we're going to achieve our goals together. You can also share and ask questions. We've done this before. It is so much fun. If you were part of our Fit for Fall or our Get Lean during quarantine, you know what I'm talking about. We had a blast. And so we're going to do it again. We're going to do it. And we want you to join us. And one of the suggested kits, Suzanne, is of course our Jumpstart.
Yeah. So let's go through the kits. So just to explain to you a little bit more. So the first kit, this is for people who have never ever try or on LTS journey. You're brand new, you heard about the program, you're excited. This is your intro. So that's what we call Jumpstart Your Success. This kit provide you everything. It's all in one. It has the nutrition shakes that we said you will fall in love and you will order again and again. Then we have our core, right? The core product. Then we have the detox to help you start. We often say the best way to reset your eating habit is to start with 1 week of detox, then follow with the rest of it. And this is exactly where one of our success testimonial was saying that the Jumpstart kit was so easy to follow. There's phase 1 and there's phase 2, right? Then we have our amazing, what we call the daily essential kit, which provide you those basic nutrients that you need, because when your body doesn't get those nutrition that they need, they're not going to function optimally. And we want the body to function optimally as you are working on making those life changes, and you're going to see those results. And for that, let's go to the next one to kind of walk through and let people see. There, like I said before, there's 2 phases. There's phase 1, which is day 1 to day 7. And then there's phase 2, which is day 8 to day 30th. And inside, not only we give you all the supplement you need, we give you the menu, plan, we give you recipe, and we give you exercise. That's why it's all in one. It's perfect for those people that I'm ready to say yes to my health. I'm ready to jump start. This is your kit right there.
Oh, for sure. And if you haven't done a detox with us, maybe you've been with us and you haven't done a detox since January, you know what? You could definitely do another Jumpstart kit. So it can be something that you revisit and redo as well. We have our next kit here.
Yeah, so Spring Energizer, this is for those people who said, you know what, I've been on TLS, or people who did the 28 days with us and said, you know what, I want to continue on. I want to build the momentum. I want to continue with those great results. So we have this called the Spring Energizer. So as the name entails, this is great for those people who want to increase energy, improve mental focus, like before the TLS Thermochrome V6. People are loving this product. So if you're the type of the people that I need that boost of energy, I want to work out, I want to even push a little harder when we work out, this is a perfect kit. So we have a Stay Fit kit with a Thermochrome V6. So this Stay Fit kit, you can see it still has the nutrition shakes that you love. It has the 30 days, which is the daily essential kit, provides you those key 4 nutrient with the strong, like very powerful antioxidant, the B complex. We have the calcium and a multivitamin. And we also have a trim tea to continue to help you with the leptin resistance, to help you feel full when you should. This combo will be great for those people who want that extra energy kick and at the same time targeting the body composition. Then how about for those people that, you know what, I'm doing great, I am happy with where I am, but I would like to kind of balance my hormone a little bit. Then in that case, the Spring Serenity is a perfect kit for you. You still do the Stay Fit kit, the same thing. Instead of the Thermocone V6, you will add the TLS X, and this is not just for people. So this is for 2 type of people. This is for people who said, you know what, I'm happy with my weight, but I'm having a lot of stress, and I would like to balance and still learn how to eat healthy. This is a kit for you. Or you're the type of person that you said, I've been eating quite healthy, I'm exercising, but I still notice that my weight is, I'm not losing as much weight as I should. And likelihood, because your stress level is way too high, your cortisol level is way too high, this particular supplement will help you kind of, like Melanie said, to kind of rebalance that a little bit so that your body say, hey, okay, I'm responding positively. So this is will be great for you as well. So any of those 3 kits will be great to come and join us in our campaign, because we're here to serve you. And we want you to choose one that's perfect fit in where you are right now, whether you're kickstarting with us or jump starting with us, or whether you want to continue and you want to know which kit to help you continue on with that.
Yeah, definitely. And I know that there's some people who really wanted to stay on core. There's a lot of people who took our 28 days with us and they're like, can we do the Stay Fit Kit plus core? Absolutely. Could you
Yeah.
do the Stay Fit Kit plus CLA? Absolutely.
Yes.
And so we're glad to have you swap that out for the particular product that you think is going to help accelerate your results based on your situation. And so what is really important is that we make sure you get your products in time. And so a purchase before April 12th is going to be really crucial to make sure that you receive your product in time for the start date of April 19th. Orders from March 26th to April 12th, obviously, are all count. So make sure you just grab your order number, because once you've ordered, you can request to join our private Facebook group. You will be asked to answer a few admittance questions because it is a public group and we want to make sure that you are a Spring Into Action participant. So it's just going to ask you a couple questions, one of them being your order number. And I'll go ahead and show you real quick how to get to that page if you can't grab the link from our you didn't write that down. It's pretty fast, right? So if you go to facebook.com /TLS weight loss, or just put in TLS weight loss solution, our page is going to come up. This is what it looks like right now in the moment. So where you're going to go is under more, scroll down to groups. And when you hit groups, there we are, TLS Spring Into Action. So you can request to join right here. And when you do, just know that I haven't opened up admitting people to the group. You can still request to join. We're just not admitting anyone yet because we're super early to that process, but do please feel free to request to join, and there'll be a mass movement into the page when we're closer, probably about a week before we get started, you guys. We'll open that up, and we're just going to be super thrilled to work with you. And we just want to thank everyone for their time tonight, and just open it a little bit up to questions. And I want to see, right, we did talk about doing that, right? So Zan is
Yes. And while you're talking, I answered some of the questions, but let's see if we have any, if I missed any question right there. So
Go ahead.
okay, because one of the question was, I think Annette was asking was, which one is help to target the stubborn belly fat? And I would say you can do the Stay Fit Kit plus the CLA, or if you're targeting more for energy, you're feeling a bit tired, you want to boost up energy, mental focus, then I would say Thermochrome V6 will be a better fit for you, basically. Or you can do both, CLA and Thermochrome V6. You get the best of both worlds.
Yeah. And then sometimes we call it the cortisol belly, right? So any one of those or any combination of those, Annette, is going to be stellar for targeting belly fat. However, it just depends on what, like Suzanne said, what you want to target. Do you want to target increasing energy and fat burn? Do you want to target decreasing the stress response in the body and melting fat? Do you want to target just straight up, CLA? Has, Dr. Oz featured CLA on his show actually, and talked about how it melts fat. It's such a huge deal in Hollywood as well. So it is a really effective product. And so there's, you can't really go wrong.
Yeah, so we have another question was like, can we use them all? But they're so great. So I'll give my answer, and Melanie, you pitch in for what you think. So basically, in terms of, yes, you can take all the product. However, there are two products that you should not be taking them together. And that is, you pretty much guess it, Thermochrome and Axe. Because you see what Molly was saying, that Axe kind of mellow you down, and Thermochrome kind of give you that boost of energy. Can you imagine you're a boost of energy and mellowing you down at the same time? Not a great feeling. So if that's the case, if you're taking both a V6 and a Thermochrome V6 and an Axe, then it's best to separate them. So this is what I would recommend, was to take the Thermochrome in the morning, which you should anyway because of the caffeine, then take the Axe at night at dinner time. So I would say breakfast, lunch is your Thermochrome, then Axe will be your dinner, bedtime. That will be a perfect, then you can combine them together. Another way is, if you're not even sure, like you said, everything sounds great, we have the profile. This is meant for you. So answering those questions will allow us you to know what are the top 3 to 4 products that's perfect for you. And this is why we're introducing everything, but we also give you a chance to really take a look and check out the question. When you answer those questions, it will give you one just for you. So my answer was go back to do the profile.
Yeah, definitely. I know that there's been points in my journey when I was on all of our products, every single one of them. And there's been times where I'm not, because I didn't need that certain support at that certain point in my life. So they're health supplements. They're not diet pills. And so, yes, you can take them all. Suzanne is right to space out the Thermochrome and the TLS Axe quite a bit, and you'll be fine there. Other than that, do you need to take all of them? No, you don't need to take all of them. However, you can, and I have. But really, really up to you. So Annette is asking a question about Bliss and Axe, and I do have to let you know that Axe has a far more powerful formula than Bliss. So it has far more L-theanine. Now, L-theanine is like the fire truck to the emergency. It's the first to arrive, right? And so it's your immediate stress response, kind of there to help. And there's a lot more L-theanine in Axe, and there's also the proprietary, or the better blend of the ashwagandha. So it has a much higher percentage of that active ingredient that you want to help with the mood and stabilization and stress reduction. So it is far more powerful than Bliss.
Yeah. And one more thing to add to is that Bliss has no iodine, and in the TLS Axe it has iodine, because that's what we said, this is for thyroid support. Whereas Bliss, because it has no iodine, is not. It could be for anything, but for TLS, the Axe particular, we want to have that thyroid support, which is so important, because thyroid really affects your metabolism, and we want to support that to optimize your metabolic support, basically.
Awesome. Hey, definitely loving seeing these. When I'm going back and checking the comments on all the people I said, hey, shout out to all the products you love. So really fun to see you guys talking about which products you love. I even got a typo note, so thank you for that. So you guys are always on top of us. Thank you so much for joining us.
Yep.
We are so happy that you were here. And definitely make sure that you get with the person who invited you here today. And you want to place your order for your TLS products with them. And definitely, you know, whether that's they're getting you the product and you're paying them, or you're going onto their website. So definitely get their website address for you to place the order for your products so that you can join us for the Spring Into Action 7-week campaign. We're so excited. All the activity, the videos, the sharing, the check-ins, everything we're doing is going to be in that private Spring Into Action Facebook page. Okay. Thanks again, everyone, and have a wonderful night.
Bye, everyone.